I am delighted to welcome to the stage our delegation from the United Kingdom and Ireland, represented by Baroness Nuala, Member of the House of Lords of the United Kingdom. Please join me in giving the delegation a very, very warm welcome.
Your Excellency, Madam President, it is a pleasure to be with you here today, and it is indeed a great honour to speak on behalf of the British delegation on this very, very important occasion for Iran. We speak today in defence of all those who are suffering at the moment in Iran because of the regime, the unlawful and terrible regime of the mullahs. I was very, very concerned last night when I heard that France had banned a march for which permission had been sought, arrangements had been made, and consent had been given. 100,000 people were gathering in Paris for this rally. And this seems to have happened after a meeting between the Iranian Foreign Minister, a telephone meeting, and the French. That this happened is wrong. They gave reasons which are totally incomprehensible to those of us who have watched what happened. There is no history of the NCRI causing trouble on the streets of any capital city or anywhere. That is important. The only disturbance occurs, as those of us who've been here before know, the only disturbance occurs when people from the IRGC or SAVAK or others appear and cause trouble. That's when the trouble happens. And I think it's profoundly important that we acknowledge this, because it is a denial of everything that France holds precious. France has espoused rights to freedom and equality and proclaims those rights proudly. Freedom of speech, thought, conscience have all been taken away from the Iranian people this afternoon, and for all their brave supporters. You know, it's been taken away from those of us who have come to support you as well. So they have taken away the freedom of speech of the people from Romania, from Lithuania, from India, from Canada, from the United States. All of us denied the right to make a point about freedom in Iran. I want to congratulate the lawyers who are fighting bravely to try and overturn this ban, even as the police are stopping those who came to support Iran from rallying together. And yet, as I have sat here this afternoon, I have watched the social media reports on what's happening in the centre of Paris. I have not seen a single occasion on which somebody supporting Iranian freedom has done anything which appears to me unlawful, and my job for 25 years has been looking at what people do and looking at how the police respond. I see the police arresting people, and I do not know why they are doing it, other than to take out obvious leaders, picking them out. And I would say that as we watch today, it tells us just how important it is that we are here and that we stand together in support of our friends. Because what it shows is yet another example of the failed policy of appeasement. It emphasises and demonstrates again the importance of the presence of so many senior representatives of the international community here today in support of all of you here and across the world, and especially those of you to whom I speak in Ashraf 3. The regime in Iran does not want today's events because they demonstrate the level of support internationally for the campaign for freedom and democracy in Iran. So I say to you, let us redouble our efforts to support the NCRI, to support the President, to support Maryam Rajavi, my dear sister, in their campaign. I want to say a word about the United Kingdom. I sit, as so do so many of my colleagues in Parliament in London. I have seen Reza Pahlavi walking the corridors of Parliament in London, and yet we cannot invite Maryam Rajavi to come and speak to us in our own Parliament. That is wrong. We have asked repeatedly that this be changed, and it has not happened. The government are moving slowly. They have sanctioned and prescribed individual members of the IRGC. They are now moving, finally, to declare that the IRGC is a terrorist organization. It will happen now. But above all, we must have Maryam Rajavi in Westminster, in Parliament, talking to the free world about freedom and democracy in Iran. And so I say to you, let there be an end to the terrible executions, the torture, the repression, and let there be a beginning to a new Iran, an Iran of freedom, democracy, equality, an Iran in which people can flourish. I am sure this is very near. Thank you.